But that's all I'm going to be bitchy. He's wonderful. I love Freddie to death, OK?
And Freddie's a real one-off, and at that time, nobody looked like him. Nobody sang like him with the harmonies and everything. The group had a unique sound, and Freddie, as to say, he was quite outrageous for that time. Yes, I mean, if you want fame and you get fame, you have to accept the fact that you are public property, more or less. And each stage, you become more professional at it, you know, and you tend, in the end, not to go out and just sort of keep yourself to yourself. You lose a lot of the normality out of life in this business completely. And Freddie, I mean, Freddie's got no idea what an egg costs or anything like that. I mean, absolutely hopeless. You ask Freddie how much a pint of milk is, forget it. He'd be able to tell you the price of nail lacquer. But the most poignant thing I can say about Freddie is that when he was sick and he was dying, I used to go around and see him. I was one of the few people that did, and I couldn't stay there for very long. I stayed there for about an hour at a time, because I found it was so painful, so traumatizing to watch him, and he was so brave. And he was still spending money and buying things at auction right up to the point that he died, which I thought was hilarious, and the kind of thing I probably would do. But at that Christmas, after the Christmas just shortly after he died, I got a present delivered to me in a sheet, and I collect Henry Scott Tuke paintings, and it was a message, it was a painting by Henry Scott Tuke from Freddie, saying, "Dear Sharon, hope you love this, love Melina," which was, you know, I just completely broke down. And to think of me as he was so ill, and he wanted to give that to me for Christmas, and he died about a month beforehand, and it was quite a choker. That was the kind of person he was.
Freddie Mercury was an incredible, innovative singer and frontman for a band. He was a very dear friend of mine, and it was a privilege to have known him for some of his life. He was very funny. He was extremely outrageous. He was very kind. And he was a great musician and one of the great frontmen of rock and roll bands. It's very hard to be a frontman. I mean, there's not many you can think of that have actually pulled it off. I mean, you can think of Jagger, you can think of Daltrey. And then you can think of Freddie Mercury. And Queen were one of the bands to come out of the 70s that was so innovative. I mean, when you look at videos today, Queen started videos off, really. They were the people that had all the ideas to begin with. Freddie always had a sense of humor, a sense of outrage. They stole the show at Live Aid. Quite simply, he was one of the most important figures in rock and roll over the last 20 years. I will miss him. We will all miss him, I think, for his music and his humanity. And the great thing is we still have his music to remember him by, and some wonderful footage to remember that Freddie Mercury was something special.